We have so many customers that are almost customers over the last year to year and a half. That's made it extremely lean. There are a lot of really good reasons to be in business for yourself, and I talk about those things quite a bit on this channel. But there are also some really negative things about being in business for yourself. One of those is going through tough economic times. And we've been going through that for a while now. It's been extremely difficult to find work. When we do find work, we have a customer that is interested in doing something. It's been very, very difficult to get them to move forward with putting a PO in place and actually pulling the trigger on doing the work and getting to it. We have so many customers that are almost customers over the last year to year and a half. That's made it extremely lean. I've got a team of people that I can't always keep busy. Sometimes I'm giving them work on internal projects just so we have something to do, but that's extremely expensive for me. It's tough. And this business is quite sensitive to economic conditions, which are, for the most part, beyond our control. All we can do is find a way through the current economic climate, find the people that are still doing things, even if the economy is not doing the greatest. This economy right now is very fractured. There are people that are doing very well, and there are people that are still struggling. And we feel that because many of those people that are struggling are our customers. And because they're struggling, then we're struggling. I used to have a book of customers that were kind of go-to customers. If we ever needed something, they probably had something going on that they could toss our way. And over the last couple of years, less and less of that has been tossed our way. Even more than the last couple of years, obviously it started with COVID. Everyone went through a big cycle of not knowing what to do and not knowing how to do it, because a lot of the stuff that we do is very hardware intensive, so it tends to be more on site, and that just wasn't really happening, obviously, during COVID. But the problem has been climbing out of that has been an extremely slow process and a very painful process. We have done okay since then, and even during COVID, we were working on some projects that never stopped, but it was still very lean. And there's a difference between having enough work to get by and actually having enough work to truly sustain and grow a business. I haven't even really been thinking about growth for the last couple of years. I've been thinking about surviving. And this has happened before during down economic times. And this is just another one of those in some sense, but it seems extra prolonged. And it's been hardest, I think, to find any particular area of the economy where we work that has something going on. It's on a case by case basis. It seems like every customer, every potential customer, has something they would like to do and is just not ready to put the money behind it to actually do it. A lot of them will kind of just be like, well, we'll try it internally first and then we'll get back to you. And many times they fail to do it internally because they're so busy with other things. There's still a lot of stuff that needs to get done, and they've got plenty on their plate. But the only option they really have is to at least pretend that they're going to do it internally, because no one's giving them funding to do these projects. It's just kind of a general cocooning I think people have, because everyone's worried and not knowing what's next in the economy, what's next with the next election, with the supply chain issues, with inflation, all of the things that go into that. It's kind of a confusing time, and we are getting the brunt of a lot of that. It has been quite difficult. That's one side of this business that is not something that I talk about a lot. I allude to things like this where, it's really important to have a lot of money in your war chest to be able to weather these kind of times. But the other side of it is it can just be really depressing and struggling because it seems like no matter what we try, we just can't move enough projects forward to stay fully engaged and to really do the kind of things that we love to do and the kind of things that we need to do just to be able to put food on the table for my entire team. So that's some of the stark realities of running your own business.